Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus full moon for the month of December tarot oracle reading. And Capricorn, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Capricorn, we still all have a little bit of Capricorn in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Capricorn in? That is where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. I have already shuffled and washed the cards, and I'm just giving them a quick cut, and I'm going to start from the bottom of the deck to get the underlying energy, which is, we're off to a great start here, Capricorn. It's the end of a cycle. So we have a person here who has been stabbed in the back 10 times and has been left for unalive. And it looks really bleak, but the good news is that his hand is in the sign of a blessing. So the sign of the blessing is also of the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is the judicial energy of the tarot deck. So it's both on the spiritual and on the 3D realm. And so this person is looking off into the distance, and we can't tell if the sun is rising or if the sun is setting. And that's kind of the energy behind this, but this is an end of a cycle and a new beginning. So it's a blessing in disguise a lot of the time. It's not fun though. So here we go, Capricorn. Then I'm holding my deck upside down apparently. Yes, okay. So this energy coming in is, this cycle is ending really quickly here. And this sometimes represents law and order. This card, because of the black and white, in the old days, the police would drive in black and white vehicles, and they were called black and whites. And this energy of the Chariot, it's saying that things are moving now, and this is moving quickly, like it's already in motion. And the energy is of, there's no rains here, if you notice. So it's just, this is being powered by the universe, by God himself, that this energy stops. And I'm just picking up this energy also of law and order, like in the 3D as well as in the spiritual realm. So this is the underlying energy of the internal dynamics within you that you do have control over. And so if you're following your divine path, then you will be like, your internal boundaries will be strong, and you'll not be as impacted by external forces. I'm just going to double check that this is lined up properly. Okay, good. You can see it. And for the first card, okay, we have this energy coming in is rowing off to calmer shores with God. We have rough water here and the smooth water and the other shore. And so this energy is about stopping the overthinking and this energy here, and deciding, okay, I need to make a change. I'm getting on the Chariot. I'm going to go on my divine path, and I am going to be at peace. Now, this is saying that it's going to, because this pole that he's using to convey back and forth, he has to dig it really deep into the water to push the boat forward. And that's what it's saying. You're going to have to dig deep to end this cycle. You're going to have to meditate, kind of quit overthinking, and turn to intuition and prayer and go back to the purpose why you are here. That's the energy coming in. The full moon is on December 4th. It's a Gemini full moon, and the energy is kind of like this stillness of waiting for something to happen energy. And judgment's been called. Yeah. So this judgment card is representing judgment from God, from the Most High, trickling all the way down to the 3D. There's definitely some sort of a legal matter here. This doesn't often mean actual, like someone's been unalived, but it can be that someone is trying to drive someone to unalive. That's the energy I'm picking up here. And so this energy is judgment being called on this situation. Now, this energy can be back and forth. This chariot also represents like there is no time really in the tarot, so it could be this is already in motion, or it's being put into motion now as I'm speaking, or very soon in the future. But this is saying it's being dealt with behind the scenes. And this could be a judicial judgment, a court decision. It could be many things, but it feels like the law is involved in the 3D world as well as in the spiritual. We have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is coming in, and the King of Cups is the most emotionally available of all the kings in the minor arcana. He has a cup of love here in his hand, and he's ready for action. His right foot is forward. It's right on the edge of the stage of his throne. And this energy is actually in marketing. They have a saying about that, toes on the line, like over the line. And that's like really engaging with your audience. Like you're almost like stepping off the stage when you're on it. And this is the energy that I am picking up. This is like the King of Cups. Whatever's happening, this is either about the King of Cups, or the King of Cups is involved in the judicial system here to right wrongs. Hopefully that's the case, because the worst case scenario here would be that judicial figures and people who are supposed to have, it's their job to have law and order, are the ones that are not in law and order. So this energy is, it's talking about on a bigger scale, but it's also talking about on like an individual scale. So this is a general or collective reading. So I'm just picking up all sorts of scenarios from the biggest to the smallest. And so let's see. The thing that you'll notice, though, is that this king is in rough waters here, but he's not bothered by it at all, because he's learned to master his emotions and not get overwhelmed by them. So he's able to make strong choices because he's doing it from a place of like more like neutrality, like just, okay, things have to be put in order, that kind of energy. And it's similar to like this energy is representing what the individuals are going off, or this could be you, or we'll see. It just depends on your situation. And we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is bringing in a message, and the message is from someone that I feel is in the professional field, like an apprentice, something like that, working possibly for a lawyer, or what do they call that when you work for a lawyer in your not an understudy, you know what it'll come to me. But this is someone that is speaking or sending a message regarding this judgment. And this energy is like, if you notice, the Page of Swords is the only element where the page is not looking at the suit. And so this is a double-edged sword here. So they're cutting, he's not even looking at it. And he's not looking at it because he already has looked at the logical side, and now he wants to look at the intuitive side before taking action. And you'll notice like this is the energy, he's now leaning on his left foot. And that represents the more intuitive side of his nature, to come to a conclusion, or to just announce the conclusion here. The pages generally were 7 to 14-ish when they started working for royalty, and they would deliver messages for like the government or the leaders at hand. So this is talking about a decision that's being made at the highest levels of government, of a company, like if it's about regarding a company, or the head of a family. And we have, after this message comes in, there's all these opportunities that are being presented. So these cups are gifts that are in the cups. There's 7 of them. And some of these gifts might be something you want or you don't want. But if you have all this choice, and it's clearly coming from the king, is this message from the king is presenting a lot of choice. And the thing about the cups, the 7 of cups, is it's saying you have a lot of choices here. Some might be more challenging than others. They are all opportunities, but you have to choose, like, how much work do you want to put into it? Which possibility is it that you want to really focus on? How many of these cups do you want to accept? How much time do you have, after you've been through all this, to be able to accept this? And this energy is talking about someone who is like a black hole that's being waiting to be filled with energy. And so all these opportunities are available. So this is, possibilities are quite often hidden as challenges. And so this energy is saying that all of this that you went through was a blessing in disguise, because what you've learned from it is going to really empower you to choose the right opportunities and be able to face the challenges within those opportunities so that you bring the possibilities into being. So that's pretty cool. That's a good problem to have, so many choices. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune, it's just saying that this card quite often these two often appear together, because the Chariot, it's putting this judgment in motion, and this energy here is about the past, the present, and the future coming together in synchronistic ways to click and move this energy forward, so that judgment will be served. That whatever the judgment that they've come to, this judicial energy, I'm getting it could be more than one person. It could be like a cabinet or a senate or something like that. I'm feeling like it's like high up. It could be a king, a queen in their royal kingdom, like that fiefdom. I'm getting a fiefdom. So I haven't used that word. And so this energy here is talking about how you see yourself. And because this is Capricorn's reading. And so this energy is talking about how is this full moon going to influence your energy. And we're getting close to that right now. I'm doing this reading, I think it's the 29th. So we're almost at the end of November and into the beginning of December. And the full moon is on December 4th. It's not uncommon to start feeling this energy like well before, but at least 3 days before and after, it has an effect on people. And if you ever talk to law enforcement, they can tell you that on the full moon, there tends to be emotions running really high. And doctors and hospitals and people who work in the hospitality industry, and especially around this season of, we're moving into the holiday season. I just want to say happy Thanksgiving weekend to the people that might be belated by the time this comes out, but to our wonderful neighbors in the United States. And I hope everybody's having a wonderful Thanksgiving. So here, this Wheel of Fortune is turning, and this energy is of you, Capricorn, deciding that you're moving off to, like, I deserve peace. I deserve to have a calm life, and I deserve to have fulfillment. And I'm tired of feeling like I'm in this energy with all this overthinking and having other people's actions impede my progress and ruin my life, basically. And then we have the Judgment coming in, which could be a court order, it could be a subpoena, it could be the energy of a financial advisor having to answer to the budget, that kind of energy. it could be political matters. It could be a lot of things. And as that level comes down in a family, it could be about, hey, Christmas is coming up and we just had Thanksgiving and we don't have enough money. So we have to budget or whatever, like that kind of energy. So this is I'm getting this is energy of moving into this. And the other thing that's happening right now, I think Mercury has now gone, it's not retrograde anymore as of today or by tomorrow. So this energy is that the communication that's coming in now is more clear. And this is going to, because the information is more clear, and the past, it's kind of the retrograde season, especially when Mercury's in retrograde, it's a time to kind of reflect and sort of hold back and before making decisions, because quite often communication can get really scrambled at this time. And so now if that energy is moving forward and we're coming up to this full moon in Gemini, and then we have the King of Cups is sitting in the area of communication in early life. The good news is the King is the most emotionally available king, and he's holding a cup of love. So the energy is, I'm getting this energy. If your father is on the other side, he's sending you a cup of love, and because this judgment card talks about judgment for the ancestors as well as the descendants, and so they're on either side here. But this energy here can represent information coming out that is a hidden family secrets, hidden secrets in government, like that kind of energy. And this is like the descendants kind of rising up, and Pandora's box being open, and so family secrets can be coming out. And quite often when you get together at family gatherings, you haven't seen each other for a long time, and quite often there's alcohol served, and I feel like sometimes that energy, well, I don't have to tell you if you have a family, like that energy can get pretty challenging and rough. And there could be information that came out about skeletons in the closet, or, some energy like that, hidden secrets. That was just my cat. Yes, Stella, thank you for your 2 cents. She just came here to yell at me and now she's walking away. So she likes to sometimes put her 2 cents into the readings. So this energy here, because this energy here, it's communication, and it's sitting in the house of early emotional development, and home and family. So that energy is coming in pretty strong. This this is about creativity. So this is, and about romance, because the cups can quite often represent romance, but they can also represent something that you love, the children in your family that you love, the rest of your family that you love. You love your country, you love your city, that kind of energy. You love, this is all the opportunities open to you because you're open to opportunity. And then we have this card is saying that things are going to improve. If you're this energy is coming in because the cups are, also about being healthy and having a happy lifestyle. And so it's talking about daily routines and habits and that kind of energy. You have control over that part of it. So if there's some, if in the holiday season, sometimes we end up feeling like we're run ragged, right? And then sometimes we feel like it doesn't matter what we do. We don't please everybody. There's always somebody that has a complaint or whatever. And that's just, it's just human. It's just living as a human being on this planet. And so this is talking about, if you're on the computer a lot and you're watching a bunch of really bad news, it might be depressing. You might want to, turn that off and go for a walk, get outside, do something healthy is what it's saying. It's also saying don't overindulge, it's actually saying avoid extremes. Because the energy of the internal dynamics, the way you can tell if it's coming from inside of you, is if you're laying awake at night and you can't sleep, the energy will be, or the dialogue in your head will be, what if this, what if that, what internal force is causing me to weaken my boundaries so that I am feeling this concern, right? And allowing this energy on some level to come to this extent, right? And so this is talking about having gone inward, and this is perfect timing. It's perfect timing, because if the retrograde is over and the communication is coming, the Mercury retrograde I'm talking about, the communication is really clear, then and we have the full moon coming up. The full moon is the perfect time for, and the full moon sheds light on sort of what was happening back in November 20th, it was, when we had the new moon. And if you can think back to that time, that is the energy that the full moon, what's happened since then, is what the full moon is illuminating. And it's a time to release it so that you can, by the next new moon, that you're in a really good position to move into this better energy. It's really good. So we have the Page of Cups coming in now. So the Page of Cups is now coming in with advice, or I'm getting advice with a communication from the King of Cups. And this is interesting energy, because the Page of Cups is coming in after the information from the King came out with the Page of Swords. And so this is about the thought, this is about romance, this is about love. And this page is bringing in communication, and he's talking about what this king loves. And so this king loves things to be in order. That's what I'm getting. And so this is an energy, and this may be that this king, and whether this king is on the across the veil or here, I feel like it's a father figure, is really not happy about this and wants this justice, and this is coming in here. And the king of the King of Cups is like someone, I'm getting a fatherly figure in the family, if it's a family. It could be, if it's a leader of a religion or of a church, it could be something like that kind of energy. In government, it's someone like that loves their country, loves law and order. If there's been this kind of shifty energy happening, this is saying, no, I want order. The energy of God is order. That's why people, when they're in court, they swear on the Bible, because the Bible is about order, things being in order. And then we have the Page of Pentacles coming in now. So this is saying, if you focus on keeping your internal boundaries strong at this time, and you focus on what you love to do, what you want to be, what you would love to be, and what you, or the people that you love, or a romantic love, and focus on that energy, then whatever happens with the internal, if you can keep those internal boundaries strong, then the external energy coming in, because the world's kind of like in a very up and down place right now. The energy is really, it's a new energy that's coming in, and it's a new way of making money and everything. And this is because it's coming up again here, that we moved out of Pisces, and Pisces energy in 2020, we moved into the age of Aquarius. And the age of Aquarius requires looking at how to do things differently. We have all this AI now. We heard about it like we've been hearing about AI and the dangers of AI and all of that. So like any information coming in, it's neutral. The AI information is neutral. What we do with the information is what's going to be the problem or the solution, because it's a double-edged sword. And that's what this is saying. This energy is saying a lot of people are really feeling like, really like challenged by this new energy because the information is coming in so fast. It's hard to keep up with it technically. For just the average person, just figuring out, I just purchased a new computer and phone, and it took, it's an effort. You have to make the effort to learn how it works. And this is, and every time they come up with another version, it's a better version, but you have to learn it again. So it's not better for you until you learn it. And so if you don't take the effort to learn the new way, then you're going to have a harder time making money. You're going to have a harder time bringing health, wealth, and happiness. The pentacles don't just bring money in, but they're not just representative of money, but they're representative of health, wealth, and happiness. And so AI can be something that is valuable because it can really empower people to use that energy in a responsible way. But at the same time, it can be really a problem because there's so much information and we're flooded with it. And the problem is right now when people have all these choices, because all of this information is coming in that wasn't possible for us to have this much information before. And now AI is in there and we don't know what's real. Like even before it was hard to tell what was real, but now it's like way harder to tell what is real and what's not real because AI is being used in a lot of ways. And so we have the energy of this pentacle coming in again with the Queen of Pentacles. And so the Queen of Pentacles, she's been showing up quite a bit. And so she understands that money is a tool and she knows the value of money. So she doesn't go around just getting money for the sake of money. This is talking about old money. This is talking about the energy of someone that understands the value of money. They've worked with money. They've probably maybe been in a family that's always had money. And quite often you'll notice that people that come from old money don't flash money around like people that come from new money. And so this energy is focusing on creating value. And that's what this Queen of Pentacles is famous for. Whatever she has, she uses it to create value in her life and value in her family's life and therefore value in, the community and then on the higher levels in the country, in the world, in the universe. And so this is the energy coming in. It's talking about this responsibility, that creating your own health, wealth, and happiness and having strong boundaries around that right now. Because there's so much energy out there that's shifty right now because a lot of people haven't learned how to tell if something's AI or not. And there's a lot more scams out there. There's a lot more of that kind of energy. And I feel like that's what it's saying. It's your responsibility to educate yourself about those things if you want to be able to move forward in a strong way. And this energy is I'm just getting, this is this energy here. You notice the figure is black and you can see this person's in regret and it's like crying over spilt milk. And I feel like a lot of people right now are feeling kind of this energy of sadness of losing all of what was and having to move into this new. It's almost like this is like the crying over spilt milk energy, but it's actually wine. And there's 3 cups down and then there's 2 cups standing. So this person could decide, okay, I'm going to take these 2 cups and I'm going to go to the castle. And yeah, half of it is not good and half of it is good. Like you can see the castle looks like it needs repair. But I'm going to take what I have here and I'm going to be grateful for it and I'm going to appreciate it and I'm going to cross that bridge over these troubled waters and I'm going to start making my, and this is about attitude I'm getting, about this attitude of adopting this energy. Because Capricorn energy, out of all the signs, Capricorn is the most likely sign to, like, they like material things. This is the Capricorn is the most mature earth sign. Like, we have Taurus, the toddler. I want, and that's that energy of that toddler, and where you have to learn what to give and take. And then we have the Virgo energy, which is an earth sign, and that's about Virgo wants things in order. Cleanliness is next to godliness energy. And so this energy is talking about, like, are you going to sit and whine and complain that the world isn't how you want it anymore and you liked it better the old way? Or are you going to go within yourself to have, like, the courage to face this energy so that you can have a really strong, productive life? And it does not matter what age you are at. This energy is more of an attitude. And both these figures, these dark figures, one is sitting there in regret, and they could stand there for the rest of their life and just cry about the spilt cups, or they could pick up what they have and move forward. And that's what this is saying. This person is presented with all these opportunities, and so they could choose not to take any of these opportunities. The Capricorn energy is like, take the cups and take consistent steps of action to, repair that castle and move forward. That's the energy that I'm picking up. Yeah. And then the Fools, whoops, I accidentally got 2 cards, so I guess we're taking 2 out. So they would have come in this order. Oh, because it's emphasizing this again. I love that. Okay, so now, do you see how big the pentacle is after my pep talk here? So yeah, the Fool has decided, okay, I'm going to go on my journey and I'm going to adopt this attitude, and I am going to have health, wealth, happiness. This is a gift from the universe. This is saying that, the information is neutral. Like, there's a lot of talk about that right now, like disinformation, misinformation. It's just that there's too much information and we're learning how to cipher through it. But the information is neutral. What you do with the information is not neutral. That's what people need to start realizing. It's like, you can't, like, these are thoughts. Like, that's what's, like, everything that manifests in the 3D world. If it's matter, it came first as a thought. You, before you were born, you were just a thought in your father's mind. And all of a sudden, here you are. And it's about, having the courage to move forward in this new way. It's not going to change. I feel like, of course, when you, like, all of a sudden you just are faced with this, whoa, you feel like a fish out of water when, the Aquarius energy is very air. It's air. And fish don't like being in the air, you may have noticed. So it's kind of like, okay, how am I going to be like the Pisces energy is fish. And so it's kind of like that energy. You could wallow in the, like, oh, I wish it was like the good old days, or you can, get your shift together and get this pentacle. This is a gift from the universe. And the universe is, like, the more information you have, the more energy you have. It's what are you going to do with it? And look how big this pentacle has become. It's grown from this to this to this. And all it's required is a change in attitude. To end the never-ending nightmare, the worry, the concern about all of this. If more people adopted this attitude of, okay, let's quit whining about it, and let's quit, instead of blaming it on each other and everything, let's each take responsibility for what we're thinking and what we're doing, and recognize that anytime you move into a new way of being, you're going to have to make changes in your attitude. Like, otherwise you're going to get left behind. And so but the universe, you notice, like, this quilt has a lot of signs from astrological signs, actually, from the universe. And it's saying, hey, the universe has you covered here. Like, this isn't meant to torture people. This is about taking consistent steps of action towards your goals. And that's what Capricorn energy is all about. So thank you for that good advice, Capricorn. You know, it's good advice. Like, if you want to move forward, if you want to have a strong future, then you need to participate in it, right? And so let's take this a little bit further. I really, this is, Capricorn energy is being responsible. And so taking responsibility when you're, you know, like being a father figure, that takes responsibility. Sometimes when you're a father, you have to be in an energy where you have to, like, you know, be like authoritative and like you have to be, you know, teach your children. No, you're not doing that. You're not. And you have to be kind of hard-nosed about it. And then you have to know when to be kind, and you have to know when to give money for something and when not to. And you need to know how to budget, and you need to know how to get to work every day, like even when you don't feel like it, that kind of energy. And so that's what consistent steps of action are. And that's kind of what this energy is saying. Just keep moving forward. And this isn't a punishment. The world isn't going to shift any more than it was ever going to shift. And we just didn't have all this information to show us how shifty it really was. That's what's coming up. So, and God is a God of order, and God likes order. God, chaos, you'll notice if there's a storm, at the eye of the storm, it's always calm. And that's that energy there. And this is just a reminder of that. Really like this. This is really awesome energy. If you're enjoying this reading, you know, hit the like button and give me a comment so that I can help build my channel. I really, really appreciate it. And now I'm going to clarify this reading with my oracle cards, Tales from the Vector. And I started this in 2007. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I completed all the paintings in 2020. And now they've been out and about at psychic fairs and my seminars and that, but now I'm bringing them out in a channel. I decided, okay, now my channel is my priority so that I can gather the information on a bigger scale, and then I'm going to write the information and bring my oracle out in physical form. And this energy, I have like the paintings are on my website at talesfromthevector.com. That's TAILS from thevector.com. And I have the numbers of the paintings written on these cards. And you can go there. It'll be in the description box below, the order that they come up in this reading, if you want to go take a look at the paintings. And there's some information there if you want to look into that. So here we go. There we go. I keep waiting when I'm learning right now, like with these astrological readings, there's always a card that jumps out, and it's okay. Because I shuffle and wash these cards also, but after this reading comes in, I want to tune into this information with the cards. And so we have disruption is coming up. So the disruption energy is coming up a lot right now. It's a tactic. But when people think of disruption, quite often you'll think of a storm, a war, you know, something happening, a tornado hitting, that kind of energy. But disruption is like kind of a disruption of your daily routine, which can throw a lot of people off. People on the autism spectrum can, you know, they really are sensitive to that energy. They like a daily routine. If you have a pet, dogs and cats and, you know, that live with you, if you go off routine, you know how upset they get. It really throws them off. They know that you're coming home at this time. They're going to be fed at this time. And it's that kind of energy. So the holiday season quite often disrupts the household. Like there's more to do. It's you're going out more probably, and you're having like a lot of gatherings with relatives all at once, and some of these people you haven't seen in years. And so it can be very disruptive to the daily routine and add one more thing or 100 more things to do. And so we have the Magician coming to clarify this. So this energy is this is an upgrade in energy. As long as you can keep your internal boundaries strong, and your dynamic strong within you, you will be able to handle these external forces that are happening in the universe right now, in the world at large. And this is, the magician is talking about using the tools that we're given and using them in a way that it gives us an energetic upgrade. And then we have the energy of Sagittarius coming in, and that's the energy we're in right now. Happy birthday, Sagittarians. And Sagittarius is the sign before Capricorn. So Sagittarius is all like about expansion and wanting to expand. And right now, Sagittarius energy is kind of stuck, or not Sagittarius just, but Jupiter energy, which is the ruler of Sagittarius. It's kind of stuck in Cancer energy right now. And that's all about staying home. And, you know, the Cancer energy, they love their home so much. Their symbol is a crab, that they actually take their home with them everywhere they go. So they never really actually leave home. And this energy, Sagittarius, wants to travel and leave home. And so a lot of people are feeling that energy of wanting to expand, but it's challenging right now. The energy is so kind of like deep, you know, and that's that this is about adventure and getting out more. And so this energy is going to start moving forward here. Like, as I said, the Mercury retrograde, the information is becoming more clear. One of the Thanksgiving holidays over, now we're moving into more of the Christmas season for a lot of people. There's a lot of holidays all around the world, like in all sorts of religions, etc. So all these traditions coming together. But traditionally at this time in North America, it's a time of people gathering, families getting together and reuniting after maybe not seeing each other for a year or even longer. And then, okay, so now the father figures is coming up. So this is talking about that judgment. And that was the energy I was picking up. It's all the way from the very top, all the way down to like the father of your family. And if there is no father in the family, then it falls upon the mother of the family to be both the father and the mother. And unfortunately, that energy is quite not uncommon these days. And or a lot of times children are conveyed back and forth between their parents because of divorce. And that's like a 50-50 proposition. So there's way more of that for children, of having like two different lifestyles at two different homes. That kind of energy, it can be very challenging. And then we have, it's sort of the energy. Actually, I feel like a lot of adults could recognize, if you just stop and take a deep breath and you recognize, hey, the way I'm feeling about these external forces, the AI, am I going to lose my job to it? Like, you know, like this kind of energy of what's happening in this world. It's nothing like it used to be. What's happening in my country, it's not like it used to be. That is the energy. And think about that being a small child that is dealing with that energy. That's the way that you feel. Multiply that by a bazillion times, because they have no control over this, and they're not experienced at controlling their inner boundaries. So recognize when children are acting up right now at Christmas and that, it's because of the routines being broken. Same with your pets. Pets don't like when this energy is, when there's new shift coming in the house and there's people there that shouldn't be, and, you know. So recognize that when people are acting up right now, there might be some people, you don't know what has happened to people. And this is why this is coming up. This judgment is coming up again. You see, father figures on the judgment and judgment on the father figures. So it's recognizing this, that, you know, the answer is love. Like, you know, have some compassion for the people around you, for the children and for the pets, because not everybody is in a hunky-dory situation right now. And it's causing a lot of stress for a lot of people. And so sometimes people act stupid, you know, and like you have to kind of recognize where it's coming from, and recognize, especially for the children right now, how challenging this is. And they have no control. They don't have control like you do of this part. They have no control over any of it. And so that's what's coming up, is like giving yourself, like this energy of this karma is, it's a two-edged sword. If you're doing things that benefit you, but you don't take into consideration what's happening, the effect that it's having on other people and the people or the pets or whatever that you're responsible for, if you give yourself total permission for your authentic desires, what you really want, then you have to also consider the effect that that has on other people. And it's coming up like judging other people harshly and judging yourself too harshly, on the spiritual level and also on the physical, on the earth, is what's coming up. And so Libra, this energy is about, it's clarifying the energy here. So once you're a mature adult and you have all these choices, and it's a gift from the universe, at the time that people reach the Libra energy, that is when you're a mature adult. And this is ruled by Venus. This is also an energy of love and compassion, and having that and being mature about it. And then here is the High Priestess, joy divine. So this is just a really beautiful reminder that, the world isn't going to shift, not any more than it used to be. It's just that we have more information about it. So if, take that information and do, be like God, be like in divine order, like put things in order, like recognize that God is the only one that can properly judge other people, because God is the only one that knows what has happened to those people. You don't know what some people have been through. And, it's saying that, like, don't judge a book by its cover. And then we have the need to be right, so sometimes this Page of Cups energy is also saying, because if you're at the Thanksgiving table and you have to be right, and you're arguing with someone that has is 90 years old, what's the point of that? You don't need to be right. You need to be happy in that situation. So it's talking about having that. If you want your holiday season to be beautiful and you want the world to be a better place, then, that's one thing that the sword energy understands. Like this energy here, you can have a lot of regret for words. Like they say, words won't hurt you, but words will hurt. And words can hurt more than actual physical violence, because words stick with people from the time they're very young until the time that they are unalive. And then we have this energy coming in about, using your insight. And that's what mature adults do. And it's also, and using your insight on how you're going to have health, wealth, and happiness in this new environment. And then we have intent. Yeah, so this is like, a lot of us can fall into this one also. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. So it's kind of like you might have good intentions, but it didn't go the way you expected, which most of the time when you expect things to go a certain way, they tend to not go that way. Expectations always create limitations, and it puts people quite often in regret. And I'm getting, because this energy of families gathering together and how they interact with each other, regret can last a long time. Like one evening with a family can cause pain that is inescapable for a long time. And so keeping that in mind, the deception is coming out. So all these tactics are coming out. These are the tactics in karma. So the good news is that the karma is getting cleared when we go inward like this and we decide, okay, we're going to use our insight here. And the deception is basically about who, I feel like this deception is more like who people think their family members are, who people think the government is, who people think this or that. You don't really know people because you're not them. And so this is kind of saying, you know, use your words wisely, because like the sword energy is about thoughts. And when you speak your thoughts out loud and you use that energy, your thoughts, to really get, I'm going to make my point. See, they're very pointy swords. I'm going to make my point, and I don't care if it hurts people's feelings. I don't care if it ruins the family dinner. I am going, you know, like that kind of energy doesn't do well at family gatherings. The battle star, and this is about having the courage to be able to go on this journey and realize, okay, I need to take really good stock of my internal boundaries here and my internal dynamics, so that when the external forces come in, I'm prepared. I'm going to breathe before I speak, and I'm going to have the courage not to have to be right. I'd rather be happy. Yeah, love is the answer. And this is also in my oracle. This is the same dragon falling through the sky. She's from the Pleiades, and in the judgment position, she is falling right side up, and it's talking about love. This is about the heart chakra, and this is again coming in again on this pentacle. Love is the answer again. The falling star, that's the romantic love, the heart chakra. If you love people, then what this is saying is falling and failing in love is a matter of I. So if you don't love yourself and you don't use that energy wisely, like you have to have respect for yourself and love yourself to be able to attract that kind of love from others. So that's the energy. It's like this is saying like, yeah, these external forces are really challenging, but you have the ability to go inward and control that energy, so that the external forces, what you add to it, is going to benefit you, your family, the community, and the world at large, and then the universe. So it expands. And then we have the Aries energy. And I just feel like this is confirming again that, you know, we're human beings. We're not human doings. So if, you know, you're doing a lot and you're frustrated right now and things aren't like, you feel like, let's move forward already. That energy is just the same energy that a newborn baby comes into when they're crying. Sometimes they're just frustrated. And, you know, because the communication isn't as clear as they would like it to be. And you're frustrated because nobody wants to see a baby infant crying. You love them, you want them to do well. So this is the energy of recognizing, you notice like a newborn baby, look at what they learn in 1 year. It's just incredible when you think about it. So yeah, this has been really good advice, Capricorn. Thank you for your insight. Like, comment, and consider subscribing if you are resonating with this energy. I will be back with another reading for you. After this full moon, it will be around for the mid-December reading. Bye for now, Capricorn.